Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Port Adelaide vs GWS game, going through how Port demolished GWS and how it again helped the Swans out, but also how it wasn't the worst game for me in terms of players scoring. I mean, you obviously had the Stephen Cornelio shocker, but and also did we see Briggs didn't score the best actually now looking at it, but I mean he didn't score the best all round, and even with Haynes out in the last quarter he didn't do much work, to be honest. So with that being said, before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the recap. So as you can see here, Houston 129 was just huge in the second half. 78-point second half, including a 44-point last term. Just ridiculous from him. Butters 121, 38-21, 27-35. Another guy that I'm probably going to miss out on this year, which is annoying. Just can't find a way to get him into my side. And yeah, just been the one guy that I guess got away, which sort of happens, but limiting the amount of guys and the effect that they actually have on you. But this one was a massive one that I just missed. Butters seemed to have killed me in the weeks that I wanted him. I had injuries, in the weeks that he did badly I didn't have any injuries. Rosie 112, he was pretty good as well, just job done from him. Horne-Francis 107, showing that he can score well. Just needs to provide it on a scale, and hopefully we see that next year from him, as he could be an option. Wines 90, Burne-Jones 86, was huge in the first couple of quarters, got to 56 at half and then fell away. Burton 85, Finlayson, I guess you could say, didn't really take up the ruck. William Drew 77, did his job. Bergman 64 in the first quarter. He scored all his goals in the first. 3 goals in the first, and then 4, -3 and 9. So he had 10 points for the rest of the game. That's one of the biggest quarters I've seen, especially being in the first and then doing nothing for the rest of the game to end up only 10 points better is quite funny. But yeah, he just dominated. I mean, in the last, and to have a break of 15 minutes where he did nothing. I mean, he got to 10, 16, 21, 30. 39 points at 14 minutes, and then even in the 5-minute span scored 13, 16, 25 in this 5-minute span as well, so that's how he got to 64. It's a weird scoring output, I guess. Willie Rioli 71, Dersma 71 as well. Haynes 62, Dan Williams 61 as well. Pal Pepper as well 54. None of these guys doing much to suggest anything fancy related or like anything next year as well. So it'll be an interesting thing to see if people do rate Butters or Rosie as an actual fancy mid, or whether they just have been like they aren't much value when they don't have the forward status attached. We'll wait and see through preseason, but I have a feeling you'll see guys go and trade and tend towards the likes of the underpriced Mills, Steele, Took. Cripper's going to be underpriced as well, and I think he's starting to find that form again. So I think there's 4 or 5 guys that are well underpriced that are 15, 20 points underpriced as premiums that you can just play through the whole year. Rather than trying to go for guys that had a breakout year and having them have another breakout year after that. Tom Green 118, I suggested this to a mate because it's really hard to find these types of guys because you're trying to find guys that are scoring well on form, and obviously Tom Green wouldn't have popped up with the wouldn't have really popped up as much on those people's, I guess, charts, I guess, but he did score well the week previous, I believe, and just pumped out another big score, and so I guess that worked, and he probably would have been the option over Liberatore, but you wouldn't have picked a guy straight off injury, to be honest. Green, Ward, and I did and he did have a tough run against us once, Ports, and who do GWS have to finish the year? GWS have now an easier run, so maybe, yeah, you could have warranted Green, but I think it would have been, most people would have tended towards Libba. But I guess I missed Greens over Libba in the original a couple of weeks ago, but only picked up on Greens potential last week or in the last week, so just missed that one. Ward, Whitfield, Whitfield and Himmelberg having similar outputs. Good that Himmelberg actually slowed down, to be honest. Could we see Himmelberg as a forward next year? I think he still retains forward status. That will be huge if he does, as he will be a mid-pricer option type guy that you can go for and just hope that he scores better. Ash, Briggs, Riccardi, Kelly, Fahey came in. So Fahey will be, hopefully he gets the game time next year, as he did score really well. But we'll just have to wait and see. Uden, Cogs just never got going. 25 in the first half, 26 in the third, and then 12. So he was played as a forward this week. Don't know whether that's something for the future, whatever. But yeah, it sucks. Should be back to his what he's going to do next week, but hopefully not. Hopefully he is, else that's going to really suck for the rest of the year. Perryman, Hogan, Buckley, Lloyd, Brown, Taylor, McMullen, Haynes, Weir, and Lockie Keith. This was a shorter video, obviously, as just wanted to get it out to you guys, as well as the fact there wasn't much to go through. These teams are pretty much sorted for this year. So really only Green and Houston that are really guys that you should look out for in the next couple of weeks. As we've known about Butters, obviously Rosie was in most people's starting teams. I don't think Horne-Francis is a differential you want to go for this late in the season. Then you have, and I don't think Whitfield or Himmelberg are good options at all, as they've both not shown ton capacity in the last couple of games anyway. And looking into next year as well, Himmelberg might be an option if we need that value in the forward line, but we'll have to wait and see on that front anyway. So that is the video, and I'll see you guys in my team recap tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.